I can hear you. I can hear you. They're not out there yet. Shake hands.
Yeah, very good afternoon and welcome to Bar TV's live coverage of minor semi-final rugby league at Kurri Sports Ground between the Kurri Bulldogs and the Central Newcastle Butcher Boys. Glenn Lauder with you for the call, alongside Adam Martin. Adam, great to have your company this afternoon. Last chance saloon for both sides, and they'll be putting it all on the line.
Yeah, welcome everyone. Obviously Kurri got the win over Maitland last week in the elimination there, so very impressive, and out here at home, in front of a pretty decent crowd on what's turned out to be a nice day. So,
yeah, nice moment as well as the Kurri players ran on and shook the hands of a few of the South Newcastle players who were successful in their reserve grade minor semi-final against Maitland. So that's the end of the road for Maitland in reserve grade after their first grade side bowed out, of course, to Kurri in the derby last weekend. We're still waiting on the Central Newcastle side to come out onto the field here at Kurri Sports Ground. A pretty decent crowd moving in as well. We've had a bit of rain about today, but the field's held up fairly well. There's a couple of muddy spots in patches, but I think it'll hold up fairly decently for a fairly fast and open game of rugby league.
yeah, that crowd's really built up in the last half an hour there. Obviously people coming and going all day with different teams playing. Had Kurri open grade play earlier, so everyone's kind of come in to watch that and stuck around. So
yeah, it's the business end of the season as Central Newcastle take the field, led by their skipper Ethan Cook. Of course, tough day at the office for Central last week at home to South Newcastle. It was a comprehensive loss, unfortunately, but they do live to see another day. 46 points to 12 it was last week, and obviously not helped by a few injuries. Brad Murray didn't play the second half, but I guess a huge bonus for them today is that Brad Murray has lined up in the number 7 jersey and he'll lead them around the park.
yeah, that's a bonus, obviously finishing that top 3, that second bite of the cherry.
Jake, talk.
Obviously, yeah, Central, South have been a pretty clinical team all year. It's been a very close competition, and it's pretty much whoever turns up on the day.
Couple of team changes for Kurri, of course, that shocking injury last week to Cade Hardy. I know the players didn't train on Tuesday, instead they went round to his house, and he misses. He'll be watching on from the dugout. In fact, I can see him over in the dugout with that right ankle heavily bandaged. It means that Brent Medike comes in at fullback. He'll wear the number 19 jersey. Other than that, they are as per program. Lachlan Hill drops out of the 17 for Central there as per, although Sean Medcalf will start the game in number 8. They had him down in number 16 with Jake Davis in number 8, but they've done the swap of jerseys. So Sean Medcalf will start at number 8, and referee gets us underway in this minor semi-final. No second chances for either side as Kurri get first use of the football down in that north-eastern side of the ground, and that's Ben Wyborn with the first hit up of the afternoon. They get the ball back on the inside to Time Nicow. I know his dad will be watching over in New Zealand, the great Tawera Nicow. He managed to get over here last year for a couple of games, and already Central's defence has been really strong in keeping Kurri in their own 30 as they make it up to the 40-metre line through Brady Hammond, and they get up past halfway. Kurri for the first set of the afternoon on tackle 4. Porter. In fact, it's Barker going for a run straight through Barker. Great start for Kurri, down 30 metres out from the Central line already, and they'll be looking to make him pay on tackle 5 as it goes to Porter. They go to the left-hand side of the field to Hammond. Short side, loses the ball into touch. And it will be, in fact, it's the strip. Is it a strip or it's offside?
Got him for an offside penalty. That's obviously a very good start there for Kurri. 95 metres on the first set. And Negara Barker there making the break. He had an awesome game last week, scoring the first try against his old club, Maitland. Looks like he's kicked off where he finished last week.
Yeah, absolutely. Great stuff from Barker, straight through the middle of the central defence. And Barney Miller won't be too happy with that start, giving away a penalty on tackle 5 as they attack the line. Kurri Hammond plays the ball 6 metres out from the central line. They go to the right-hand side of the field through Mick Steele, the big front rower, to within a metre of the central line.
So they've got a bit of a double block play set up here. Looking to run it now. So
Cullen playing his 150th game. He goes to Porter. He's met by a couple of central players. 10 out, 20 metres in from this western touchline. It's Cullen. He goes left and they try to keep the ball alive, but Central do well to wrap Steele up 6 metres out from the central line. Now it goes out to... Oh, they're still going there. Kurri over in the left-hand side. Haynes kept it alive.
Yeah, he's caught a forward pass there.
It's a forward pass, the last ball to Barry McGrady over on that left-hand side of the field. So finally, Central, after 2.5 minutes of play, will get their chance to get their hands on the football.
He almost got off the ideal start there, Kurri. Almost going over in the corner. Spread the ball left to right pretty comfortably there after doing the hard work in the middle, down the corner here.
They did well to get out of their own 30 in the first couple of tackles, and then obviously that great one from Barker through the middle, who played at the Gold Coast Titans. Can play rugby league and union.
Yeah, he played a bit of 20s up at the Titans. He had a pretty bad leg break up there, which derailed him a bit, and then came back last year. Played a bit locally here for Maitland and obviously come out to Kurri this year. He's really found his feet.
3 tries in 7 games for Barker so far. He would have liked one in the first couple of minutes here, but as it is, Central get their first use of the football, and they're 32 metres out from their own line on tackle 2 as they play the ball, and Williams finds himself in it, dummy half, and goes himself to make it up over the 30-metre line. Centre field. Now Murphy does find himself in that more familiar position at dummy half. Plays a bit of a back rower. He's really their third choice hooker after they lost, obviously, Cody Bryant last week to that knee injury, and Bryce Kennedy was out with a broken leg as well.
Yeah, he came in off the bench for him when they played here about 5 or 6 weeks ago and had a great impact off the bench, and he's obviously starting out there in 9 there and made a solid start.
So Richardson gets the bomb away. He's taken out almost late, but the referees are happy to let it go, and probably rightly so, as Kurri bring the ball back out from their own 20. Yeah, it's obviously been a huge shuffle for Miller at Central with all those injuries. It's been so tough. He was speaking to the media this week saying that they were absolutely in bits with injuries, but Brad Murray is the key man today, and Kurri get a relieving penalty.
Yeah, you got Terrence CC out there as well, can pretty much play anywhere. Obviously, you know, hooker by trade, spent a lot of time in the halves as well. Looks like they've just made touch there. Yeah, but they're going to catch it, but bounce goes away.
Up over on that side, 45 metres out from the line. So Kurri in another good attacking position. Yeah, CU obviously with plenty of NRL experience. 51 games for Manly, Newcastle and Cronulla. He'll be key again this afternoon as Kurri play the ball right on halfway, and it goes out to Mick Steele, who's brought down 42 metres out from the central line. They're going straight through the middle of the park at the moment. Mackenzie goes left to Haynes, and Haynes keeps the ball alive before offloading, and Central bring him down. That's Barker again with the ball. He's been heavily involved so far. Haynes linking up with Porter, as they will do quite often this afternoon, and Ben Wyborn is brought down on tackle 4. They go short side now. Porter finds himself there, puts a grubber through, and it's easy for Central to deal with through Richardson, and Central will be desperate to get out of their own quarter here, and they do so through Cameron Anderson. The Spider, they call him. There's not much of him, but he knows how to score a try.
Yeah, obviously they got pretty well onto that one there, Central. Looks like the short side raid was on, but as we say, they've come up with error, and you see the motivation of the Kurri boys are very fired up every time they get their hands on the ball.
Yeah, they obviously only snuck into the finals, Kurri, after, well, 4 on the trot in the regular season, and then last week's win over Maitland. But even though they only snuck in, there's nothing like momentum, is there? And they'll go into this, particularly after the start they've had through the first 5 minutes, is really confident favourites almost.
Yeah, that's it. And we came out here, you know, about 5 or 6 weeks ago after the Central loss, and obviously what they had to do was knock off West twice, Macquarie. So you got last year's runners-up and minor premiers, last year's premiers, and Maitland out here, and then obviously Maitland last week at home. So they've done it the hard way, but left it to late run. But obviously momentum is great for Kiwanis football.
Certainly is. Barker brought down on tackle 1, 20 metres in from that eastern side of the field, and that is jumper 19, Medike, who is a late addition to this side at fullback, of course, replacing the injured Cade Hardy. Now Brady Hammond takes the ball up to within 12 metres of the central line. This is another big set for Central. They've had to do a lot defensively in this opening 6 or 7 minutes. Cullen has been instrumental so far in the first few minutes as well. He keeps the ball alive to Porter. Porter offloads to Steele, and Steele keeps the ball alive. This is good stuff from Kurri. McKenzie spins it to Hammond. Hammond now, finally, Central bring him down, and they can breathe a small sigh of relief with one more tackle gone in that set. And that is a big sigh of relief for Central, because Haynes has put the ball down under little pressure, unfortunatally.
Yeah, they're looking to set themselves up right here, Kurri. It was a second or third tackle, they had everything set right. It's just execution. A few balls behind, obviously, ball a bit short there. So, yeah, he's got to keep up with that. But obviously the left side as well, we've got some pretty strong centres out there. They look for that late switch as they've tried on the right. I think Central is starting to prepare this left-hand side for that switch. So,
yeah, they've been putting a lot of traffic down the left so far, haven't they, Kurri, through Barker, and he's looked good so far. But unfortunately that pass to Haynes was close to the bootstraps, and it wasn't easy for him. Now here's the big fella, Ikanofo, wearing the number 20 jersey and taking the ball up to the 30-metre line, 20 metres in from touch, and they go short through Gordon, and Gordon makes good yards to within 6 or 7 metres of the halfway line, and Central will be desperate to get into some good attacking positions here through Mitch Williams on halfway.
Yeah, they're going to quick play the ball here. Central has another one. They really need to slow that ruck down. Central had a bit of a roll on, so you take that penalty and try and get your defensive line set.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a good roll from that scrum win for Central, and they get a penalty right on halfway. They'll be desperately looking to do something with this, because they haven't had many opportunities through the first 8 minutes of this game, and Steve Gordon will be looking to take the tap, and Brad Murray will get a rare touch of the football in his hands.
Away you go.
So Murray cuts out, finds CU, offloads, and they're within 28 metres of the Kurri line through Medcalf. They play the ball and go to the right-hand side of the field. Madden's brought down 11 metres out from the Kurri line. Big test for Curry's defence now. Murray plays the ball left, finds CU. And he's wrapped up by a couple of Kurri defenders. Right under the sticks, 8 metres out.
Hold! Go 3!
Murphy, dummy half, goes to Murray. Murray holds it, spins it. They've got openings left if they can find it. He scored 14 tries this season, Anderson, but he couldn't pick the ball up cleanly, and Kurri were able to rally, but he had the line wide open if he could pick the ball up cleanly.
Yeah, pretty good option there with the ball, but just obviously a little bit short, a little bit overran, but nice little grab from Murray.
He can't quite find CU. They'll have to get out of their own in goal now here. Kurri, they don't. Looking for a high tackle, and they get it. Geez, I think that might be unlucky if it's for the high tackle. Yeah, he was going down there, and I think that might be a tough call against Central.
Yeah, it's always a bit of a hard one there when they're going down, but I know the onus is obviously on the defender to avoid that high shot. He kind of deserves it for the effort he showed to get out of there. A lot of players just would have hit that dead, but never said die there and try to get the ball out.
Yeah, absolutely. Did extremely well to not only almost get out of the in goal, but draw the penalty as well. So Kurri will get use of the ball 35 metres out from their own line, when it looked like it could have been a goal line dropout.
That's it, obviously, yeah, Kurri get another chance here, get a bit of a piggyback and set themselves up, and I think the main thing here is just to settle it down at the end of it. It's been a pretty fast-paced game so far with errors, and nothing's really slowed us down.
No, it has. It's been a great start to this game as Kurri get use of the ball 40 metres out from the central line on tackle 2. They go left through Haynes, who plays an unders ball, and they come back into the right-hand side, or through the middle at least, through Medike, coming out of that fullback spot to have a run on tackle 2. Good to see. Cullen, that looked forward, but they're letting it go. No, it was forward.
Yeah, John Taylor with the call over in the touchline, and the ball's obviously ended up near Western there with the kick after it, but come back for a scrum here to Central.
Yeah, John Taylor, a very experienced referee, I think, on the touchline today, but he got that one right. It looked forward out of the hands from Cullen, and Mick Steele, who hasn't scored a try this year, according to my stats. His eyes would have lit up there as the line almost looked open.
Yeah, front row was always like those meat pies, especially towards the end of the season. So it's on the obviously got John Taylor on the line, got his son there. There's a fair bit of our first grade experience with the referees out here.
Yeah, absolutely. It gets dangerous at this time of year when you haven't scored a try. There's a lot of talk about what needs to happen on Mad Monday or end-of-season trip. McSteele will be hoping to keep his pants on as the boys go away, that's for sure.
Yeah, some of them love it. Some of them look forward to it. So.
They'll do it even if they did score. Central with the ball, 42 metres out from their own line. Play the ball in centre field. Dummy half goes on a run to Siusiu, and they lose the ball again through Shane Gray, just spilling that short pass from Siusiu, and Kurri will get the ball from a scrum feed 45 metres out from their own line. Just a few errors starting to creep in here.
Yeah, it won't all come down to Curry's defence there. I know last week Maitland ran a lot of shape to him, double blocks out to the right-hand side, and for 2 weeks in a row, Kurri got up and shut down their centres. Exact same thing there. The pressure was on the centre to catch the ball. I think Central, if they're going to keep that, need to look for obviously a kick or a cut-out pass.
Yeah, they obviously have been working on their defence the last few weeks, and it certainly is showing in their results. Kurri, they're by far the form team in this competition as they win the scrum and go to the open side of the field through Medai. He's met by some good defending from Central. Big tackle brings the fullback down, plays the ball, and they go right again. In fact, McGrady will go himself. A run from dummy half. Manages to keep the ball alive really well. Tom McKenzie, Johnny on the spot to keep the ball rolling to Gilmore through the left-hand side of the field, and Central unable to wrap that ball up, and gives Kurri a good opportunity to keep this momentum going. So Barker on the left-hand side, met by two Central players, only a metre or so in from touch on that far side of the field. Haynes dummies, shows, and offloads to Steele. Steele's been busy in these opening 12 or 13 minutes as well.
Yeah, both the front rowers obviously working really well. They've had Brock, he's had a great season. Described as one of the form front rowers in the comp. They look for this, obviously, blocker here again. Dunstan,
he goes straight through, and there is the first try of the afternoon. Zach Dunstan dives over the line for Kurri, 10 metres in from that eastern side of Kurri Sports Ground, and it was probably all too easy as Kurri opened the account 4-0, 13 minutes gone.
Yeah, that's obviously, I said before, the third time they've looked for that double block player there. The execution was on there, short ball instead of sweep runner, and Dunstan goes straight through.
Yeah, really well executed from Kurri. Central will be disappointed with their line defence, but it was a wonderful little ball through to Zeb Dunstan, I beg your pardon. That's his fourth try of the season, and Kurri will be delighted. It's probably nothing less than they deserve. They have dominated these opening stages.
Yeah, as I said, errors have obviously crept in from both teams, but Kurri it seems like all the football's being played down here. Central obviously the one chance down there, very unlucky not to get a repeat set, but yeah, definitely Kurri do deserve that try with all the ball they've had in their own end.
And what better place to do it as well than in front of the kennel. There's a raucous support under the scoreboard up there. They absolutely love that one.
Yeah, I think if the results keep going and Kurri can progress, I reckon that kennel is going to probably triple, quadruple.
Absolutely. At McDonald Jones Stadium in 2 weeks' time, if they can get there, they will be hanging from the rafters. Now, Brent Medike is a known goal kicker. Obviously, they've lost Cade Hardy, the usual goal kicker, and I know Mitch Cullen's done a bit this season as well.
Yeah, I think there's a few boys can kick out there, but I actually haven't seen too much of him kicking. He's looking pretty confident. He's got to aim to the right-hand side of the post.
Well, Mitch Cullen's kicked 9 this season in Cade Hardy's absence. So obviously Brent's come in and said, I'll take the tee.
You got Jade Porter out there who's done a lot of kicking throughout his career. Obviously a pretty handy kicker, but obviously he's the captain running the team. Might want that extra responsibility.
Well, let's see what Medike's got in his locker. 11 in from touch. Strikes it pretty well, but it's gone across the front of the sticks. And he won't add the extras. It remains 4 points to nil. Kurri over Central with 15 minutes gone in this opening half of the minor semi-final.
Yeah, that 15 minutes is really flowing when you said it that way. It's said pretty end-to-end and very fast-paced game. I think the big boys will be feeling it out there and be looking for a sub soon.
Yeah, absolutely. No interchanges for either side just yet, or none that I've seen, unless there were any while they were taking a breather from that try. Central getting us underway again, and it goes down to Dunstan, the try scorer, who'll take a run himself and get the ball up over the 20-metre line where he's brought down by 3 Central players. I guess that try will give him plenty of confidence as well.
Yeah, I remember watching him play against West out here a few weeks back, and he absolutely cut him to pieces, and he's just gone with leaps and bounds since then. Obviously, confidence grows.
Yeah, they haven't had much attack down this right-hand side, preferring the left, but Their first major raid proved dividends, that's for sure. They keep it alive well. Cullen, that's a good ball from Cullen out to the left-hand side, and Barker still alive. Gets the ball back inside for Haynes. Haynes keeps it alive again. McGrady straight through. Finally, Central wrap it up. And, geez, once again, they've got to get better at wrapping the ball up, Central.
Yeah, it's just that razzle-dazzle on that left-hand side. As I said, they've come to the right. The right-hand side's probably more of a power game and a bit of razzle-dazzle and speed out there with Nagara and McGrady as well.
Yeah, so Cullen is the man brought down now. They play the ball, and the ball goes out to Haynes. He looks to pass, holds, finally does to Gilmore. And Gil once again keeps the ball alive. Back inside to Haynes. He gets over the line, does he? No, he's about a metre short. Right under the sticks. They keep it alive here. Kurri on the last. What can they do? Goes out to Porter. Grubbers through. Is there again.
Yeah, he's going to be a penalty here. Central players all offside there. None of them made it back, so just waiting for the call.
Yeah, there's a bit of push and shove here as well from Anderson, who's probably out of his weight division there. Only weighs about 80 kilos, but geez, once again, Central, that line discipline, they've got to be better than that. They defended well, but just have to be on your line. And on tackle 5 again.
Yeah, it wasn't really the quickest to play the balls. It was a bit slow to get his feet. They did well to slow it down, so really no reason they couldn't have got back there, Central. Obviously, the kick was always on when you saw him offside as well.
Yeah, Dunstan was Johnny on the spot. If they did get the ball back, Kurri, looking for his second, but as it is, they get the penalty 10 metres out, and they go again through Gilmore, and he's brought down by 3 Central players. Dummy half is McKenzie, and he'll go to the left-hand side of the field to Cullen. Cullen plays the ball, and it's unfortunately it's a knock-on, and finally Central will get let off the hook.
Yeah, a bit of impatience there by Kurri. Obviously only tackled 2. Really, Kurri, they haven't got a result here with the second phase football. They saw obviously that last chance there come from Gilmore with the offload, and everything on the left-hand side as well. So they keep that up. Central just don't know how to stop it at the moment.
And Cullen doing really well as a first receiver to help Porter and Haynes in that sort of playmaking role as well. So they're getting plenty of happiness over on that left-hand side. Obviously, if they could hold the ball on that occasion. He was almost strolling straight through.
Yeah, they created a 4-on-2 or 4-on-3 out there if the ball went to hands. Look there, probably the one time they should hit the sweep. Obviously had success out here hitting the front runner.
Yeah, that combination of Barker and McGrady has looked really lively out on that left-hand side so far for Kurri, but Central with the ball now, and it's Anderson taking the ball out of dummy half. That is a high shot from Wyborn. Definitely fairly loose tackle there on Anderson. Not much of Anderson either, so
on the line.
The kick for touch almost hitting us here in the Bar TV vantage.
I didn't know if I'd seen anything wrong to Brad Murray then. I thought he was aiming at us.
Yeah, he was a little to the left, but thankfully no damage done to the Bar TV cameras. Hope you're enjoying the coverage wherever you're watching. I know there's people watching in Darwin, and of course Tuwera-Nikau I'd be watching over there in Huntley as well, and wherever you are this Saturday afternoon. It's great to have you with us as Central attack Kurri's half now. Goes through the hands to Tom Madden, and Madden, does he try to put a grubber through there? He does. They keep the ball alive, and Murphy picks the ball up 2 metres out. The referee happy to keep this going. It's a sloppy play the ball. Madden from dummy half spins. It's a penalty. It's going to be a penalty.
Incorrect play the ball.
So the referee's obviously ruled that the play the ball wasn't good enough to allow play to continue and award the try.
Yeah, I think he's got Kurri there, obviously an infringement of the play the ball, and no advantage can be played from the play the ball ruck penalty.
Yeah.
You've got to tell me what you're doing. All right, well, if you're going to tell me, Mark's here.
But great attacking situation here for Central to get on the scoreboard. Murray plays the ball to Williams, and Williams goes up the middle to 2 metres out from the Kurri line, plays the ball for Murphy. Murphy gets it away to Metcalf, and Metcalf tries to get under a wall of Kurri players. He can't do so, he's just short. Murphy, dummy half, he looks left, he'll go left to Murray. Murray spins it back to the right-hand side now to Siu. Gets it away to Shane Gray. Gray is held up, but brought down eventually. Kurri with a lot of defensive work to do here. 2 metres out, Siu goes short side, gets it away to the big fella, Ikanofo. And Ikanofo goes straight through, but it
no try here, obstruction.
Yeah, the referee's picked up an obstruction there, and fairly obvious one too, I think.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where you kind of want to go to ground and hope you can get the play the ball. See straight behind his back there, the space opened up for him, but
as soon as Ikanofo continued, the referee had little option. So Kurri with that relieving penalty after another pretty good defensive set, really, you'd have to say, for Kurri on their own line.
Yeah, that's a second chance, and Central looking dangerous to the ball. Terrence Siu is getting out of the ruck there and finding Murray, but said Kurri's defence is being sold on that one.
The last time they visited here, Central, of course, they were the ones that kept Kurri scoreless, an 18 points to 0 win in round 13, and that was the last time Kurri tasted defeat.
Yeah, it was obviously 18-0. Kurri had a lot of chance on their line as well, and it was one of those games, a bit of impatience, trying to spread the ball too much. And obviously, yeah, Central pretty clinical that day.
Gilmore just in Central's side of halfway, and they spin it left as they have done so often this half, and Barker goes straight through, gets it away to McGrady. Are they happy with the pass? They are. Back on the inside to Medyke. Medyke's still alive, and finally 2 metres out from the Central line, he's brought down. Real good opportunity here for Haynes, and they're looking for offside, but the referee will allow play to continue on the last tackle. Plays the ball right on Central's line. They go to the open side of the field through Barker. Barker holds it, comes back inside, puts a grubber through. There's no Kurri players chasing. Anderson will pick it up, but he's not going to get out of his in goal. And this will be another repeat set for Kurri. And I tell you what, the Kurri faithful are loving what they see at the moment. Yeah,
Kurri unlucky. Obviously another good break down that left-hand side, and maybe unlucky to get a penalty. I think Kurri might have ran at the two actual blokes that got back on side. See number 9 there in the headgear is definitely on side, and he's the one that made the tackle, and looks set out to the right. Nice little grubber for a repeat set.
Don Murphy, the man doing the defending from 12. A legal position. And, geez, they did well to get back there because Barker was away, and then that ball back on the inside to Haynes.
Let's go, Brad.
Almost saw Kurri extend their advantage, but as it is, they will have another set from inside Central's half as Murray takes the drop out.
Yeah, Nagara's going to be delighted. We'll see Murray fall over there, obviously to the delight of the kennel behind him. Nagara's really getting a licence to roam. He's popping up everywhere on the field, made that break, then popped over here right for the grubber in the in goal.
Yeah, Steele doing well there to trap it with his foot. We saw in the earlier game people trying to pick the ball up off the deck and not doing them any favours. So straight through goes Gilmore, and has to be brought down, otherwise the line was right open for Brock Gilmore. He would have loved to meet fire as well. They go to the open side of the field now. Porter spins it back in for Ben Wyborn. Wyborn goes back to the centre of the field now, and he's brought down by 2 Central players. Now they go back right again. Porter's there in those bright orange boots. He looks dummies, goes himself, brought down 3 metres out from the Central line, and they're going to get another penalty here. Kurri, hands in the ruck, and Central are just shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah, I think they'll be close to that final warning chat that all the captains don't want to get. A few penalties on the line, and I think this really is deliberately slowing Kurri down.
Yeah, absolutely. We could see the sin being used at some point in this first half as Hammond is brought down under the sticks at that southern end. They go to the left-hand side of the field through Haynes. Haynes gets the ball back on the inside to Medyke. And Medyke is brought down by 3 Central players. 3 metres out from the Central line. Steele with the dummy run, and they go to Porter back on the inside now to McGrady, who's come in off his wing, and he's brought down under the sticks for Kurri. Can they make all this possession and territory count? Porter goes straight through, and he does exactly that. Porter sees an opening, and he just strolls through, puts the ball down, and Kurri have an 8 points to 0 advantage.
Yeah, the freak there, obviously with another one of his specials. Looked to throw right, and they stood off him. That's one thing you definitely cannot do with Jade Porter.
Only his second try this season, Jade Porter. He's been setting up plenty of them, and he's a man who knows what it's like to play on the big stage, doesn't he? He's been at, as you said, more clubs than Slim Dusty. He's been at Lakes, Souths, Maitland and Wests, and he knows what it's like, the big time.
Yeah, I remember when he first came down, I was obviously a kid out at Maitland ball boying. That's how long ago it was, so I don't want to say how old that makes me and how old that makes Jade, but he come down and he's just one of those natural talents. He might have Maitland signing. I can't remember who it was. Might have been one of the Moran boys. He came down with him and he just set the competition alight. And obviously been to a few clubs since then. Won 2 grand finals at Maitland. Obviously last year reserve grade at West.
Yeah, he's certainly a big game player, Jade Porter, and he's played international rugby league as well for the USA Tomahawks. What about the way he qualified though, through his great-great-grandfather who stowed away on a boat? I don't know how far down the track he can get to qualify for teams, but I reckon there could be a few countries that could be chasing us.
Yeah, for sure. I think I could play for the US somehow, but I still don't think I'd get picked, to be honest. They'll probably find some NFL player with a bit more skill.
Possibly, yeah. The Tomahawks, obviously, they've played the Kangaroos a couple of times. I think in Denver once they got beaten fairly comfortably, but good to see players from the Newcastle Rugby League representing. Of course, we know that Peter Cronin plays for Malta as well. The Emerging Nations coming up in October, and it's really important to grow the game and get countries like that exposure to international rugby league.
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, the more we can grow the competition, I was talking about the USA before. You also got Toronto over there playing in the Super League, and New York looking to bring a team in. Also, the more we can grow the game, the better, because I went across to America a few years ago and you mentioned rugby league, they didn't know what it was.
I know Manly are looking at a possible partnership in New York, as meantime Meadike added the extras, so Kurri leading 10 points to nil with 14 minutes to go in this opening half at Kurri Sports Ground. Minor semi-final rugby league on Bar TV Sports, and Kurri bring it away from their own 20 through Cullen, playing, as I said, game 150 today. A fantastic servant of the Bulldogs plays the ball, and they go to that short side again, where they've had so much luck in, well, certainly making ground anyway. Both their tries have come on the right-hand side, but the left has been where they've been making most of their territorial advantage.
Yeah, obviously, the forwards obviously getting out and doing their job, and then looking for that spread to the left. Good break fall by Brock Gilmore, and obviously that left-hand side, they made about 4 or 5 breaks in there, I think.
Haynes dummies twice, finds Porter. Porter looking at the flick pass, thinks better of it. He's still got his hand free, and he does get it away to Wyborn. Wyborn keeps it alive to Meadike, and Meadike's brought down on the 40-metre line, tackle 5. They go to the short side to Porter, and he'll get a kick away. I think it's probably the first midfield kick that Kurri have had today. Anderson looking shaky underneath it, but he does well, almost tackled in the air, but he's brought down by Nicow, and they get the ball out from their own 20, and it'll be the fullback Richardson brought down on the 20-metre line.
Yeah, very good take there. Obviously, we've got me saying Tuera and Nicow now with time Nicow and Dunstan putting the pressure on.
Yeah, he didn't look too comfortable when it was coming down, but he did well in the end. Anderson and Central have use of the football 7 metres short of halfway, right in the centre of the field. Anderson comes into dummy half again. He gets it away to Siu, who kicks outside the 40-metre line, and Meadike will follow that down to the 10-metre line, pick it up and come back infield, where he's met by a good chase from Central, led by Shane Gray.
Yeah, good kick there by Terrence. Kurri obviously want to keep the ball, and they've got a bit of momentum here. Don't want any stoppages, and a penalty as well, so they'll keep them going.
Yeah, Central are just getting absolutely hammered by penalties, and a lot of it has been their own doing. That one a high tackle, and Cullen will kick for touch into that grandstand. The John Sattler stand over on the eastern side of Kurri Sports Ground. Keep them down. They get the play resuming on the 40-metre line, coming out of their own half.
No. 12 up!
That's the first interchange of the day. We've got Reid Alchin on the park for Kurri, and he was held over on that left-hand side of the field. They bring it back into the middle now and play the ball inside Central's half. McKenzie at dummy half. They go to the left-hand side of the field, and there is Alchin again with the ball, who gets straight through, looks to pass. He does get the ball away to Barker, and Barker will go over, and that is the third try of the afternoon to Kurri. And Barker has a try that you have to say down that left-hand side has been coming.
Oh, he definitely deserves one. Nagara, he's obviously been one of the best players in the game so far, and he's coming to pieces down that left-hand side, and good ball again. Central really need to try and fix their edge defence here if they want to continue to get back in this game.
Reid Alchin, the interchange player, coming on, and he made that run, and it was a great ball to keep it alive down to Barker. And you'd have to say that Kurri are looking very good value for their lead, 14 points to nil. And Barney Miller's going to have a pretty tough time coming up with a halftime team talk, because it's all been Kurri.
That's it. Obviously needs to start with no more penalties. I think the penalties are really killing Central. Obviously Kurri making a lot of good breaks. The last thing you want to do is give them a piggyback. And Kurri a very hard team to chase down when they've got the running, and 14, possibly 16-0 at Kurri Sports Ground is not a place you want to be in an elimination semi.
Well, we mentioned earlier the momentum and what that can create for a side that obviously finished last season and had to win their last 3 to even qualify for the finals this season. They've now won 5 on the trot, looking to make it 6, and they are playing like a team that have got their backs up and have plenty of momentum behind them, and that obviously breeds confidence.
Yeah, same thing happened in I think it was 2013 out here when Kurri made the grand final. Went on a bit of a roll, had to win a few of their last games. Coming here, I believe they had to win 22 points or more against Maitland to finish 5th. Won the game by about 30, and obviously fell 1 game short there, getting beaten in the grand final to West. But momentum's a funny thing. Obviously Central were taking a bit of effect by getting a big score put on by South last week, and it's really showing out there who the form team is. Well,
that's, I guess, the other thing, because Central might have finished 2nd and came into the final series as one of the teams to beat, but comprehensively beaten last week by Souths at home, obviously took the wind out of their sails, and consequently coming on a very tough road trip to the coalfields, to the graveyard, haven't quite shown up as well as they could have in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Everyone always says you want to finish second, third or first to get the double chance, but you don't want to lose second, third or first. So finishing fourth or fifth, you just keep that roll on, and you can't afford to lose.
Yeah, the competition could open up big time if Kurri can get a victory this afternoon. I know there's still a whole half of football and still almost 10 minutes left of this half, and of course the winner today goes on to play at the loser of tomorrow afternoon's clash between Souths and Lakes at Carl Oval as Kurri bring the ball back through their other interchange player, Cronin, the Maltese representative. He plays the ball 18 metres out from his own line, and Cullen with the ball now taking the ball up over the 20-metre line in centre field.
Hold! Go two!
They go left to Kurri through Hammond, and
16
he's brought down 18 metres in from touch over on what is a packed eastern side. They're straight through again. McGrady, he's making plenty of yards through the middle. They still can't catch him. He keeps it alive, throws the ball back. Can they pick it up? Kurri, they do. It's still alive through Medyke, and finally Central can breathe a bit of a sigh of relief.
This is just this licence to roam for the Kurri backs. They're popping up in all sorts of places, and Central don't know what to do.
And even the loose ball, Central in a bit of a mire at the moment. They couldn't even dive on the loose ball and wrap it up, and Kurri keep it alive here through Porter, puts the grubber through. This is going to be Ikanofo.
Try.
Oh! Well, I was going to say Ikanofo shadowing it over the dead ball line, and they've come from nowhere, Kurri.
Yeah, one of those things, you obviously want to try and protect the ball to go, but what's better, a dropout or 4 points? And they've given away a try there, and good little grubber. I thought it was too deep when it left the boot, but yeah, when it's your day, isn't it?
Yeah, I just thought nothing was on, to be honest. I thought Porter put the grubber through, and Ikanofo was going to almost comfortably run it over the dead ball line, and McGrady just ran through from absolutely nowhere. He's got plenty of speed. I tell you how much speed Barry McGrady has got. In 2006, he and Nathan Blacklock raced a racehorse.
Well,
There's a stat for you.
If it's one of the racehorses I back, it makes sense because it probably doesn't run very fast.
Correct.
But that's pretty impressive. And yeah, he had a lot of toe, made a few breaks last week, and once again, he started that. He started that try, made the break down the middle of the field, and once again, another well-deserved try to him.
Yeah, absolutely. 7 tries, his 8th try of the campaign. Barry McGrady, another Moree junior, along with Jarom Haynes, and it's good to see a couple of Moree Boomerangs jerseys in the crowd here today. I know they went up and said good day to the boys before the game.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, obviously Jade's a Moree boy as well, so I wonder if they're all going to play in the knockout together. If they do for Moree, obviously got a pretty good team up there. That'd be a very interesting competition.
They certainly would. Nathan Blacklock out of retirement maybe. I think he'd be in his mid-40s now, so I reckon he could still do a job probably.
Yeah, you never know who's going to come out of retirement for the knockout. So obviously, yeah, a few boys up there that love to play with the likes down here. If they take this combination there, anything's possible.
I know Cliff Lyons still puts the boots on every year just about. He's in his 50s.
I don't think I'll be able to walk properly when I'm 50, let alone play football.
I'm 36, I can't walk properly. Medyke looking to add the extras and make it 22 points to 0, and if he does that, then this will be a huge mountain to climb for Central. He moves in, the touch judges don't like it, waves away. It remains 20 points to 0, but with 6.5 minutes left in this first half, it is a commanding advantage for the home side.
Yeah, it's a long way back for Central. As we said, they've seen them score points before, and some of the competition games this year, there's been some high-scoring games. So you're never going to count a team out, especially when you've got the likes of Brad Murray and Terence CC out there, a lot of experience. Obviously got Stevie Gordon out here as well, and we know what he's capable of over the years, but they're really going to have to change their game up here, Central.
Yeah, a lot of ex-Western Suburbs players for Central, including Gordon. So they know what it's like to play on the big stage. Remarkable that the Rosellas aren't there in this year's final series. I was reading something from Barry Toohey this week. More than 35 years since West were last not involved in a final
series. 1979 was the last one, I think. 39 years, so long time between drinks, a fair effort, but I won't comment too much on it, but it's obviously good to see.
Yeah. You're not the only one who enjoys an underdog story, let's put it that way, and West not being involved. It gives teams like Kurri a chance, and they are making a really good fist of it at the moment. 20 points to 0 with just over 5 minutes to go in this first half as they put the kick downfield, and Richardson will chase across to pick it up and bring it out from his own 10-metre line. Comes back centre field, and Haynes does the chasing to wrap him up along with Wyborn as they play the ball and go through the middle of the park to Anderson, who's been involved for a bloke with not much of a frame. He doesn't mind getting getting stuck in Anderson. He plays the ball and Gordon keeps it alive. That man we were talking about, the former Western Suburbs player, gets it up towards the halfway mark. And this is a better attacking set. They've got to roll on now. Central straight through the middle as Williams plays the ball on the 30-metre line, and Richardson goes from dummy half again. They're looking to go straight up through the middle. The Kurri fans are desperate for a forward pass there, but I think John Taylor's told the referee that he's happy with it. I was probably happy with it.
Yeah, obviously the ref, Jake White, they looked to his touchies, and Touchy said it was fine. I thought they might have been unlucky not to get a penalty there for offside for the markers, but obviously the referee's happy with that.
Yeah, they had Kurri on the ropes there, and Kurri have done remarkably well to get the ball back. That's a fairly meek end to that set. It was a little grubber through that really went nowhere. And after the run-on they had, they went probably 70 metres in that set. They'll be really disappointed with the end of that set.
Yeah, that's it. Here's another penalty here, Central. They really are themselves. I see Brad Murray's there, not very happy. And there we go. That's a result of not being very happy, mouthing off. So, once again, Central's discipline really is costing him here.
Yeah, and that obviously comes from being 20 points down. I think Brad Murray probably said that it was a drop ball, not a strip, and now we see the referee is going to be calling. He's going to be calling the Western Suburbs player out. Let's have a listen to what he has to say.
So first of all, we've had the penalty. He's then given me a gobful of advance at 10. What he's then, at the back end here after I've gave the next penalty, he's called me a fuckwit. I think it's directed at me. You can go for 10.
Well, you mentioned it, Adam, only 5 or 6 minutes ago, dropping something that you probably shouldn't be dropping to the referee, and Brad Murray obviously letting frustration get the better of him, and we spoke about the sin bin, and not surprising that it's been used.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you saw Murray mouth off then several times, and I can see him getting frustrated. His team's giving away a lot of penalties. Obviously, he's the leader of the team out there, the halfback. You've got to be better than that. He's going to get a good send-off here from all the old boys and the Kurri fans, and this shows it doesn't matter who you are in Newcastle League. You can't talk to referees like that.
No, and it doesn't matter which competition you're playing in. We understand that he's frustrated. His team's doing it tough at the moment, but the referees are doing a job, and I think in the main, they've both done a pretty good job. Yeah,
for sure. Obviously, referee Jake White here, obviously first year in first grade, and he's really gone in leaps and bounds. And we've got a fair bit of experience out there with the pocket referees as well. And that's it. A lot of people be too scared to send someone elimination final, but it did have to come eventually. I don't know what the penalty count is, but it's very high.
Yeah, it'd be astronomically high, and I would suggest it's very heavily in favour of Kurri at the moment. But Central will have to improve their discipline, whether they like it or not. They've got the ball. Kurri now 10 metres out from the central line, and brought down about 15 metres in from that eastern touch line, and Haynes does well to keep the ball alive there. That was a tough take, but he took it well and looks to play the ball back underneath, and he does so to Alchin. Alchin goes to within 8 metres of the line. Centre field plays the ball on tackle 5. They go right now through Haynes. Haynes puts the grubber through. Chasing through is Hammond, and they pick the ball up. Central, Dom Murphy gets the ball and races away up over the 30-metre line, over the 20-metre line. He's brought down 25 metres out, and Central will be happy with that.
Yeah, probably wasn't a player there. Obviously down to 12 men there, Central, and a bit of the ball in the air across to maybe Nick out here on the right-hand side. And it was obviously a phenomenal take as well. We've got an injury here with Mitch Cullen.
Yeah, they could have had numbers down that right-hand side, but Mitch Cullen is on all fours at the moment.
Yeah, a bit of friendly fire by the look of it. Tommy McKenzie getting up holding his head as well. That's why it's good when your teammate wants to say hello to you with a head clap.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Peter Cronin standing over the top of him, making sure he's okay as well. At this stage, maybe, yeah, it looks like a bit of a head clash, but he'll stay on the deck as long as he needs to. 2.5 minutes gone, 2.5 minutes to go in this first half at Kurri Sports Ground. The Bulldogs in command, 20 points to 0. As Adam, you mentioned, their last grand final appearance in 2013. And Central, it's been a long time between drinks for them. The last time they were in the big dance, 1963.
Yeah, I remember reading Central last year, their long stats. Obviously, I think Kurri the last time they were on was 94 or 95?
95, yeah, great Kurri team of the mid-90s, 93, 94, 95, when you in a row.
Remember they went 3 in a row. I just remember what year it was. It's on one of the jackets I've got, but don't have it with me, unfortunately.
Yeah, fantastic period for Kurri Rugby League in the mid-90s, and obviously with their appearance in 2013 and another run seemingly building here. Would be nice to see them in a grand final again, certainly for this big crowd here as Central now their turn to attack. Matt Baker, the ball comes loose. He says it's a knock-on, does referee White, even though they looked like there might have been a hand in there. But regardless, Kurri get to bring the ball away. I thought they might have had a penalty there, Central.
Yeah, Cullen stripped, I believe. I'm pretty sure there's only one in the tackle. Obviously, the rule change this year. As long as one person drops off, they're going to get another penalty here, Kurri, for a high shot.
There's your mark.
Yeah, if he dropped off there, then fair enough. The one in the tackle is they look to take the quick tap and makes it over halfway, plays the ball. Goes from dummy half, does Barker. Keeps the ball alive once again. Haynes, straight through the middle. They need to wrap the ball up better here, Central.
Bit of a tunnel ball there, throwing the ball back, and a very good pick up there.
It was the mousetrap without the actual play the ball.
Go to.
So Mackenzie, dummy half, goes to Porter, and Porter plays the ball out to Dunstan, the first try scorer of the afternoon, back on the inside for Nick Howe. Nick Howe hasn't had much opportunity this afternoon. Looks for a quick play the ball, decides not to play it, and it's probably a good option because they may have lost the ball there. But Porter has it in centre field. That's a pretty decent hit there from the hooker Murphy. They go to the left-hand side of the field. Cullen looks to pass, goes himself now. Can he keep the ball alive? It's stripped. There's two in the tackle there, and that will be a penalty.
Yeah, he called him offside there, number 12 for Central, heard it from here, and Cullen obviously with the brains there to run at him, straight at him, and forces another penalty.
Yeah, Shane Gray giving the penalty away, and if it wasn't going to be for offside, it would have been for the strip anyway. So yet another penalty with 35 seconds left in this opening half to Kurri. Can they add more to the scoreboard?
Yeah, I think they're going to take the two here, obviously.
Yeah, they will.
You know, 22-0 lead at home in elimination semi-final is a great way to go into half-time.
Yeah, Haynes pointed to the posts just as you said that, and Medyke will have a fairly easy opportunity to make it 22 points to nil. He's about 4 or 5 metres to the left of that upright, 10 metres out.
Not liking it.
And the hooter
I know they're lazy, but we've got
is
to
just
get
about to go.
So your 10 in this red zone is where most of the penalties are coming from. We've got one guy in the bin already.
They're going to hold off on that hooter so they don't scare him when he's going for the kick.
Offside, okay.
It's always been there. It goes.
Second half.
I gave it air. I gave it air, and
just went to Jake.
Our timing wasn't perfect there, but there you go. The halftime hooter has sounded next to us.
Gave me a bit of a jump when that one went off.
It did. I was assuming they would have blown the hooter after he kicked it after they waited, but nonetheless, Medyke will move in to give Kurri a 22-point advantage at halftime. It has been an excellent half of football from Kurri. They've had plenty of piggybacks through Central discipline, but they are very good value for their 22-point lead. And I guess the important thing is now they have to go on with it.
Yeah, it's it. Obviously, you can't say Kurri don't deserve that 22 lead. They've been the better team by far, and obviously, you know, the old thing, Central need to come out and start better in the second half, but they've still got about 6 minutes left with 12 men, so it's going to make it hard for them, and we'll see what Kurri try and do. They try and defend their lead or go on with it, and some of the attacking skill they've got out there in that second phase football, I think they will go on with it.
Minor semi-final rugby league action here at Kurri Sports Ground. Half-time in the Newcastle Rugby League. It is Kurri Bulldogs 22, leading Central Butcher Boys 0.
Last tournament, me, you and JT ran here at Kurri. It was a big bipper round 1 last year.
It was too.
I just thought of that the other day and I was like, oh.
No reminiscence.
People are asking about the lower grades in the thing, so I can...
Yeah, welcome back to Kurri Sports Ground for the second half of this minor semi-final between the Kurri Bulldogs and the Central Newcastle Butcher Boys. 22-0, the home side lead after a dominant first half. Glenn Lauder, Adam Martin with you for this minor semi-final elimination game. Adam, I tell you what, it has been all Kurri. Can they continue it in the second half?
Yeah, obviously, said quick-paced game there in the first half. It seemed like a quick half-time break. And as I said, Central going to have to mix up what they do here. Kurri just really are dominating with that second phase. And there is a little child on the field before we start the game here, which is going to hold things up. So
Central have got 14 on the field.
13 technically, because still got that sin bin. There it is. There's the extra one.
Yeah. Terence CSC, the hero, taking the boy off the field. Mum's over there to collect him. Good stuff. Now we've got Dad running across the field as well.
Good start here at Kurri. Anything's possible.
That was a good tackle from Terence CSC anyway. He'll put that down in the stats. Another tackle. So Jack White getting us underway for this second half. Mitch Cullen kicking off to the northern end for Kurri. They were very impressive in the first half. It's almost hit the crossbar. The fullbacks left it. They've finally got the ball back through Anderson.
Yeah, that's one of those bounce of the balls that did go Central's way, so everything's kind of bounced against them, but that could have gone dead easily.
Geez, it was really tough there for Richardson because it almost hit the crossbar. I think he got a bit disoriented by the crossbar, but all's well that ends well for Central, and they come out to the 40-metre line through Murphy, and he plays the ball 18 metres in from this western touchline. The interchange player, Matt Kalana, has, I think, his first hit up of the afternoon. To start the second half, Murphy at dummy half goes to the right-hand side of the field to Shane Gray. Gray holds the ball up. He can't get it away. He's still trying to, but Kurri do well to wrap it up on tackle 5. Murphy dummy half goes left to Sia, who puts up the midfield bomb. They've got chasers on the left. Were they onside? The touch judge has given a word to his referee, and it's a knock-on. So obviously happy with the onside, and unfortunately they just couldn't hold it.
Yeah, good kick chase there by Central. Probably one of the best bombs they've put up, or the best kicking opportunities they've had, and a bit more of a, I don't know how to really describe it, but they seemed a bit more keen to get on that ball there, and pretty unlucky, the catch there. Good attempt by both players, and obviously Times picked up a bit of an injury here, looks like in the ribs or the shoulder.
Very good.
Yeah, just going back down on his haunches there, Nico. But yeah, a much improved start to the second half from Central with first use of the ball, looking lively. I'm sure Barney gave them a bit of a rev up at half time, or probably more than a bit of a rev up when you're down 22-0 in the season on the line.
Yeah, I've heard one of his rev ups before. Actually been walking past the shed, so they will come out fired up here. Central, obviously 22 down nil. They've got to be pretty much perfect in this second half to get back into it. You know, you got a lot to play for. If not, you're done.
Certainly do. That's a big hit up there from Cronin.
15 metres.
He makes it to 35 metres out from his own line in centre field. They go to the right-hand side, and Dunstan goes straight through. Can he get past the fullback? No, he can't. That's really good defending from Callan Richardson to end that attacking raid from Zeb Dunstan, but a really good opportunity for Kurri now. They attack the line on the left-hand side of the field through Hammond. He goes, puts the grubber through. Can they get through? Barker picks it up, but it's going to be a knock-on. I think Hammond was hoping that he'd get away with that being a grubber.
Yeah, tried to do the Billy Slater drop kick there, and you just never know these days. But yeah, he did try the drop kick, but yeah, good call there, bit of common sense shown.
Yeah, referee White onto that again. The line opened up for Barker, but everyone had stopped by that stage. I think Hammond realised that it wasn't legal, so Terence CSC will feed this scrum with
second rowers bind in, put a
3
hand
minutes
over
gone
him,
in this
second
second half. Brad Murray is just leaning up against the door to the dressing rooms, getting ready to re-enter and give Central their full complement of 13 players.
Yeah, he's got about 2 or 3 minutes left, I believe. I think he went off about 4 minutes ago in the first half, so he's got a bit impatient standing there watching, trying to get back on and do what he can.
Yeah, I'm sure he would be very frustrated having to watch on, and he indeed was very frustrated in the first half that led to his break anyway. So this is a big relieving penalty for Central. Simon Williams held down there, and they get the penalty 30 metres out from their own line as it towers over our broadcast position here on the western side of the field, and they'll take the tap right on halfway. So Williams taps it, gets it off to Gray, who makes it to the 40-metre line before he's ultimately brought down. Cronin in there doing some defending along with Brady Hammond. They go to the left-hand side of the field, and that's good yards there from the replacement player in Matt Baker. He's brought down, and Murphy is at dummy half. They go to the left-hand side of the field to Kalana, and Kalana is brought down. Murphy with the ball now as they look to finally get on the board. Richardson, I beg your pardon, the fullback. Central will be desperate to be the first point scorers in this second half, and they get another penalty.
Yeah, his relieving penalty is obviously good for him. The other thing it does, the time off, it obviously less time for Brad Murray not playing on the field. One of those other ones falling again there, but the shot was high, so once again the defender's got to try and avoid the contact. Yeah,
absolutely. Siu takes the ball to the right-hand side of the field. He links up with Davis, and Davis is 3 metres out from the Kurri line as they play the ball right in centre field, and it gets away to Baker, and Baker is brought down. Some more good goal line defence here from Kurri. They have been good on their own line so far, but it looks as though Murphy can't quite get over the line. Looks to go himself from dummy half, and once again Kurri hold firm. Siu spins it out now to Williams. Williams goes himself. He looks to offload. He doesn't need to. He gets the ball down. That looks okay in that corner. The touch judge is happy with it. Jake White will point to the spot, and that is the first try of the afternoon to Central Charlestown to Simon Williams.
Yeah, obviously good in a way there by the centre there, Simon Williams. Since Murray's been off, Terrence EC has really taken the game on himself. You've seen point and direction there, and see a good long ball from him there as well.
Yeah, that was really well set up from Central, and they certainly deserve that 4-pointer. It's been a really good start to the second half. They know that their season's on the line. As you said, Adam, they have to be near perfect in this second half, and 5 minutes into the second half to be on the board is probably exactly what they were hoping for.
Yeah, obviously the ideal start for them with 12 men on the field. Can't ask for much more. Obviously they've still got a lot to do here to get back into this game, but perfect start.
So Steve Gordon, the backup goal kicker for Brad Murray, of course the usual goal kicker. Gordon has 17 goals this season, and another one of those players who defected from Wests when Barney Miller came across. Had some time at the Newcastle Knights as well. Played some New South Wales Cup for them back in the day, but he had a pretty bad run of knee injuries a few years ago, so good to see him playing some regular football for Central. Strikes it. It is coming around. The touch judge is getting underneath it, but it doesn't have the legs.
Yeah, not the ideal place to kick from. A bit of a hill there from behind on this sideline. He certainly did bring it back around, but as you said, just didn't have the strength in that one.
So the score remains 22 points to 4 with 33 minutes remaining in this one. And I think Brad Murray is just about to re-enter play. Yeah, Brad Murray on the park now, so Central back to 13. So they've scored with 12 men and now back to their full complement. That is exactly what they would be hoping for.
Yeah, for sure. See a bit of heavy contact, looking for the shot there from Kurri.
Yeah, really heavy contact.
Definitely feeling that one.
It was a huge hit up there from Baker, and he was met solidly. And I tell you what, the Kurri crowd have come alive, but it's Central with the advantage at the moment because Kalana has got the advantage up over the 40-metre line. This is much better stuff. He was blowing up as well, telling referee White to get the Kurri players up quicker. And I can tell you that Baker's still down in back play after that huge contact from returning the ball from the kickoff, but Central won't be too worried at the moment. They're attacking well at the moment, and it's Williams, the try scorer, who's brought down 35 metres out from the Kurri line. Richardson at dummy half gets the ball away to Gray, and Gray takes the ball up to within 25 metres of the Kurri line as Baker is slowly making his way back.
to join the line. I don't think he'll get back to the line by the end of this set. It's the last tackle, and Murray puts up the midfield bomb, and it's allowed to bounce by Kurri, but thankfully for Medike, it bounces into his waiting arms. And they've picked the ball up again here, Central. They've lost the ball. Kurri so rattled to start this second half. Brad Murray looking for a quick play the ball, and he does get it. It's a penalty for Central, trying to slow things down. Well, that's really disappointing stuff for Kurri, but Central would be loving the start they've had to this second half.
Yeah, well, Central getting a bit of dominance here with the ball. Kurri just need to go back to what they were doing in the first half to get control of the game again. Obviously, Central's intentions pretty shown there, looking for the quick tap.
So Baker back in the line after getting some treatment, and he's brought down, and Murphy will be at dummy half to link up with Murray. Gets it away to CU, and there could have been a hint of obstruction there. They're allowed to continue, and Richardson takes the ball up, and he's brought down some solid contact there on the ground as well from Haynes, giving him a little bit of a how's it going on the deck. CU, dummy half, plays the ball back underneath to Ikanofo. Once again, possibly some obstruction, no call from the referees, so they get to within a metre of the line, and a bit of a hand on the face as well there again from Cullen on the ground for Ikanofo. Play the ball, go left, Murray spins it, keep the ball alive through Cook, and that's a great tackle, ball and all, but he says he's going to say that it's high, or is he going to say that he came out of the line too quickly?
Yeah, he's going for a high shot there. I think that's one of those unlucky ones, his desperation to get the tackle. Jades looked down and said sorry to him straight away, so obviously no intent there, but I think he might have saved his team a 4-pointer with that tackle.
Yeah, the arm certainly hung out there. He is getting a talking to from referee Watt. I can't imagine much more will be done other than the penalty.
I think it's going to be that referee to infringements category. So that referee talk again, it's about 4 penalties, I think, for Kurri early in the second half. So.
Yeah, it was. It did look. It didn't look great because of the way the arm was hung out, but the way that Ethan Cooks got up, he obviously did connect across the chops, because he's wiping his face and still getting attention. But play continues now through CU with that penalty to Central. A really good attacking position here with 31 minutes to go in this game. They need a couple of 4-pointers, and they attack the line through Shane Gray. Gray takes the ball up to within 3 metres before Kurri bring him down. They're going to have to be good on their own line again, Kurri here. Murphy goes left to Murray. Murray keeps the ball alive through CU, and he takes the ball, slipping over on the deck and goes.
Yeah, the convenient slip over, and they're looking for an obstruction there. So one of those ones where you give yourself away to save a penalty.
Murray finds Gray over on that left-hand side, and they keep the ball alive. I think the Kurri faithful thought that they might have lost it, but the referee's happy for them to continue. Now Murphy spins it away to that's Davis in jersey number 16. And another let-off for Central as they attack the line. 5 tackles gone in the set. CU puts the grubber through on the last, and Cullen is the man on the spot to pick it up. It's a good chase, and Cullen's brought down a metre out from his own line. So Central will now want to pin Kurri down in their own 10 or 20.
Yeah, Kurri obviously got to be error-free here. Just get to their kick and try and play the ball down Central's end. Obviously a few errors and a few penalties starting to creep into the game on the Kurri side.
Nickau with the ball now, and he still keeps the ball alive. Central haven't been able to pin them in, and they're good yards for Nickau as the ball bounced around and stayed going backwards. And once again, Nickau on his haunches. He's been down a couple of times this game, so hopefully he is okay. Cronin takes the ball up towards halfway.
Yeah, I think that's the end of Nickau there. He makes his way to the sideline. It was that bomb before he really felt the effects of, so... Okay, that was a very good run to finish before he goes off there, though.
And I know they were keeping an eye on the players in the warm-up to decide whether they put Lachlan Hill on the bench. He obviously missed out, the usual winger come fullback, so obviously Kurri would have had a ready-made replacement. Just trying to see who that is out on that far side in Nickau's replacement. As the ball is lost from Kurri, as they look to come left through McGrady, but Central will have a scrum feed.
Second row's bind. Arm over.
So Lachlan Hill is the man to come off the bench. I know they were tossing up between Hill and Nugent as to who would miss out. So Callum Nugent is obviously the man who hasn't taken his place on the bench this afternoon for Kurri. And
mousetrap then.
Yeah.
Haven't seen that one for a long time.
We were talking about the mousetrap in the first half, and they've actually used it.
It's about the 4th time I've talked about mousetrap so far. So.
The Parramatta team of the mid-80s. an absolute special.
How good would it be to have that team back today?
Oh, they were a wonderful side. The Parramatta and the Bulldogs teams that used to go at each other through the mid-80s. Wonderful rugby league. Murphy at dummy half goes to Murray. He cuts out a couple of players and keeps it alive through Callan Richardson, and Richardson is 35 metres out on tackle 5 from the Kurri line. They go left. It looked forward on the short side from CUC to Murray, but they allow play on, and Murray gets the kick down into that corner, and Kurri managed to pick up the pieces through Hill with his first touch.
Yeah, it did look like a forward pass there, obviously get away the kick, but I think if we called every forward pass from dummy half in the game, we'd be constantly stopping. But obviously Kurri once again just got to work this out. They made good ground before to make sure they get to their kick.
Yeah, absolutely. Kurri coming out of their own line now through Dunstan, and you're right, we don't want to see every forward pass pulled up. As long as it doesn't become like rugby union, we'll be happy. So Haynes goes back in centre field, and that's Mitchell bringing the ball down. I think that might be Mitchell's first hit up of the afternoon as well, the former under-19 and the 2017 Rookie of the Year here at Kurri.
I was looking at some forward rotations there to get that momentum back there, Kurri. Switches and takes a good bomb.
So the midfield bomb is taken by Richardson. He brings the ball back to the 30-metre line, and they play the ball with Anderson at dummy half, offloading to Ikanofo, and Ikanofo takes the ball up over the 40-metre line. They're getting a lot more of a roll on in attack here, Central.
Yeah, Central's wingers and centres really doing their job. Some good runs. We've got Mitch Cullen down again here. I think we'll shoulder holding his shoulder here, so wait and see if the trainer signals for time off.
I think Cullen's had some shoulder issues in the past as well. So they're straight through from CUCU. Kurri's defence is really being found out in the first 15 minutes of this second half, and Central are making them pay through the middle as play continues despite Cullen being down. They're defending with 12, a metre out from their own line, Kurri, and the referee will now blow time out as Cullen continues to receive treatment 55 metres away.
Yeah, obviously Cullen's been in the awards today. He's one of those players. Saw him out here in that Central game earlier. He just kept getting injuries, but just kept going. But holding his shoulder here and does look in a lot of discomfort. So obviously not the way he wants to finish his 150th game.
No, absolutely. He was the club's player of the year last year, and he's been a wonderful servant for Kurri. Played his 100th game 2 seasons ago and debuted back in 2010 for the Bulldogs. So let's hope everything is okay. As it is, Central are in a pretty good attacking position, and I think referee White might be thinking about restarting play.
Yeah, let's go wait for the signal there for the trainer. But what this does do is give Central a chance to set up. Look like they have set something to the right here, with Murray and Terrence set very deep.
Yeah, there could be another block play. You can see Cook and Baker both fairly close to the ruck there, and I dare say possibly Kalana could be the man in line to get the ball.
Yeah, I'm going to call a trick shot here. They just don't look deep enough for a block play, but the way they've got Richardson set up, they might hit CUC and then back on the inside. Because I reckon they've got something special set up here, Central.
All right, well, Kurri have had time to set their defensive line as well. They've been caught out a couple of times here. Now it does go to Murray, and he puts the bomb up. So he's tricked us all, the crossfield bomb.
Yeah, he tricked everyone, but the Kurri player that caught the ball, to be honest, because I didn't know what he was going to do then.
Barker's done well to come up with the goods there, and he plays the ball, and they go to the right-hand side, or they come back into the middle of the park, should I say, through McGrady, and McGrady is brought down 10 metres out from his own line, coming back up through the middle of the park. That's Hill, I think, who may have been caught high, but referee White allows play to continue. No, that's Hill at dummy half, in fact, taking the ball on a good little run back up over the 30-metre line. He loses the ball, and the referee will say that's a strip. Once again, I think Central might be a little bit unlucky there, because I think that might have been a loose carry.
Yeah, I think the one before, the high shot's one of those 50-50s that may have bounced up, and I think there was a bit of a hand on the ball before the ball actually went to ground there, so I think the hand on the ball call might have come before the actual error.
Well, as it is, Kurri get the relieving penalty, and they will get an attacking opportunity 40 metres out from Central's line to really make a go of this. And you would have to say that with just under half an hour to go, 25 minutes to go, if Kurri can score here, then they may just about put the game to bed.
Yeah, it's probably the first attacking opportunity Kurri have had in this second half with a full set. It's run towards the old boys' shed where they want to be. Interesting to see what they can do, and as you said, a try here would be, obviously a terrible result for Central.
Plenty of noise coming from that old boys' shed this afternoon here at Kurri Sports Ground as well. Their final home game for 2018. They'll be hoping it's not their final game, and at the moment it doesn't look like it will be. Dunstan keeps the ball alive, but They are eventually wrapped up over on that far side of the field. They play the ball and Porter goes short side, goes himself, but he's brought down by some solid central defending right on their own line. And he will get up to slowly play the ball eventually. Dunstan is at dummy half. He spins it, gets it out to Wyborn. Wyborn keeps it alive for Mitchell. Mitchell is brought down in centre field, and it is McKenzie at dummy half on the final tackle of the set. He goes left to Cullen. Good to see Cullen back in the line after that scare. Now Haynes. Haynes gets it away to Barker, and Barker can't keep the ball alive, and it will be a changeover.
Yeah, not a terrible spot there to hand the ball over for Kurri. Obviously try and jam him in. It's good to see them complete the set, but once again coming that favoured left-hand side with the sweep play.
Yeah, they certainly will. Barker just couldn't get the ball away to McGrady on the last, but probably the smart option to take the tackle and not risk Central picking up scraps and possibly racing away. So
yeah,
now Kalina brings the ball away from his own 20-metre line.
So yeah, keep the ball in the hand there. Don't want to put the kick to and risk that 7 tackle set. You see obviously a lot of momentum made with the 7 tackle set, and the first time Kurri had the ball down there. Just want to try and keep Central there.
Yeah, absolutely. Central will just want the ball in their hands at the moment because they need points. It is slowly slipping away with 23 minutes to go. They only trail by 18 points, but that's 3 converted tries, of course, and they need every bit of field position they can get there. 42 metres out from Kurri's line on tackle 5, and Murray will put up the midfield bomb. It's a pretty good chase from Anderson, and it's not dealt with by Hill at the back, and they keep the ball alive, and I think they may get a repeat set here. White's hand for 5th tackle has gone down, and it will be a repeat set for Central. So 0 tackle. They go to the right-hand side of the park through Williams, and Williams keeps going, but he can't quite get there. A metre out from the Kurri line. This is a really good opportunity for Central to add to their 4 points there. 1 try so far to Simon Williams.
Yeah, great bomb, spiralling through the air. I know myself, I was no chance catching it, and obviously try time there for Central.
I think he might have lost the ball here. It was Ethan Cook, the man who I thought was going to go over for all money. He looked like all he had to do was put the ball down.
Yeah, we've got the pocket referee coming up here. I think he's ruled that it is a knock-on. Trying to see if there's some kind of infringement there, because they are having a chat about this, and obviously a Central player has stayed down.
It's Kurri 13.
It'll be interesting to see what White comes up with here.
Boys, I need everyone back. He needs everyone back.
Guys, just go back to the goal line for me. Back to the goal line, Kurri. Go back. Just back to the line.
First thing first, how did you see the grounding?
Grounding? I haven't seen him ground it. He's lost the ball.
I've got a grounding.
You've got a grounding?
Yes.
Okay, beautiful.
I have a grounding as well. In the process of scoring, I had number 13 from Kurri with a swinging arm making contact with the head.
Beautiful.
In the process of scoring.
I've got the same thing. So we're going to have try, and then we're going to have a possible 8-point try.
Ask Cameron to stand.
So there you have it from the pocket referee talking to Jake White. I think we might see the referee point to the spot here.
Yeah, looking like a penalty try. All the actions here. Actually didn't see if he grounded the ball, but looking at penalty try, an 8-point penalty try.
Touch judge coming across to stand under the post, so it will be a possible 8-point try for Central.
What we have is the number 13.
Yeah, you obviously saw the player stay down there, and I think it's the desperation he might have collected him around the head there. So.
Okay.
Need to talk to 13.
13, Mitch.
And what you might be considering.
Cullen being called out here. Let's keep listening to the referee.
So after scoring a try, you've come over with a high shot, collected him high, so it's going to go on report.
Beautiful.
Possible 8-point try.
So Mitch Cullen, they're saying the high shot cost Ethan Cook the chance to put the ball down. He's gone on report on game 150. It's been certainly eventful. White will go back, point to the spot. So they will get a conversion attempt here, and then they will get a penalty 10 metres out right in front.
Yeah, as we said before, Central 18 points behind, 3 tries, but this just changes things, doesn't it? It shows how quickly a game can change, and obviously Mitch there put on report. Obviously no chance to go on the sin bin because the 8-point try is the punishment in this circumstance.
Yeah, it brings them back if they can kick the conversion and the penalty goal to within 10 points, and then it would be a ball game and a half with just over 20 minutes to go. So Murray needs to slot this one, and he moves in, and he does, and now he'll get the penalty right in front, 10 metres out.
Now blow a penalty,
Yeah, we'll see how the crowd reacts this one. I think they're just about to realise what's happened. Not so much of a reaction. I expect to be more than that.
Not too much of a reaction from the old boys there, and Murray's just going over to the Kurri boys saying, can I have another ball?
Please, I think he said please. It's pretty intimidating walking across the 13 guys.
Especially when they've just had a possible 8-point try awarded against them. So Murray, 10 metres out, right in front, slots it through, and it is now a 10-point ball game. Kurri 22 leading Central 12, but you'd have to say in this second half all the momentum is with the visiting side.
Well, there's no doubt Central have obviously been the better team here in the second half, and as we said, they needed to be perfect, and so far they haven't really set a foot wrong. A couple of different penalties and errors, but they're doing what they need to do with the ball and in defence.
So Kurri really need to shore up the defence in the middle of the park here and get back to some possession. They haven't had much possession at all in this second half, and they'll have to do some defending here again. Cameron Anderson does well to pick that up on the half volley and gets it away, and once again Central will be looking to hold the ball as much as they can and just really tire the Kurri guys out as they have to do a mountain of defensive work in this second half.
Yeah, I think we'll see the Kurri starting forwards come back on soon. Obviously, to see Central getting there and working in the middle, their centres and wingers once again coming in looking for it, and their forwards really have stepped up as well.
Yeah, Steele and Gilmore have both been given a breather, and you'd have to think that as this game goes on, they'll be called on to muscle up in the middle of the park. It's Central on halfway through Mitch Williams, and CU plays the ball at dummy half out to Murray, who puts the kick down through the middle, and it will be Medyke to pick it up and bring it back up through the middle of the park. He's 18 metres out from his own line.
Hold! Go one!
So he plays the ball for Haynes at dummy half, and the ball comes back into the middle of the park where Lachlan Hill takes the ball up over the 20-metre line, and Central, geez, they look really fired up now. Central, they're up quick in defence, they're tackling well, they're not giving Kurri too much in terms of a piggyback through the middle this set, that's for sure. And Kurri are still inside their own 40 as they start to spin the ball now out to Barker. And Barker and McGrady were getting plenty of value in the first half, not so much here.
Yeah, they're getting up pretty quick on him there. Obviously, as we said, Gordon's a very experienced player. He knows what he needs to do.
So tackle 5, 42 metres out. Mitchell will play the ball. Dummy half goes out to Haynes. Haynes looks to kick. Now he takes the ball, grubbers through. He regathers, passes back on the inside. There is that starting prop, keeps it alive. Now Porter still alive for Kurri, and they'll go over in the left-hand side. And it is Barker looking to improve his position. He does so, and that is the try for Kurri that they needed.
Yeah, well, there's no words to describe that, but brilliant there from obviously Haynes there, and he just straight at him. They rushed up off the line, a little grubber through in a very risky situation, but I guess when you got confidence on your side, why not?
Well, that was wonderful rugby league from Jarom Haynes. He shaped to put the kick up, took the ball, took the defenders on. He beat two of them. He put the little grubber through. He got an absolutely perfect bounce from the grubber, kept it alive, went back inside. He found Brock Gilmore, who is back on the park. The prop providing some fantastic service, spun the ball out to the left, and then Ngara Barker, who has been fantastic today, gets over the stripe again. 26 points to 12 with a kick to come with 19 and a half minutes to go. Yeah,
as we talked about, we said Central got control of that game. They really look like they're dominant, and once again it shows how quickly a game can change. Obviously changed at half time, and Kurri obviously going to get a very momentum swing back with that one.
You mentioned that momentum. In terms of the momentum shift, that could be absolutely massive for Kurri, because they were looking almost out on their feet for a team that started the second half up by 22 points. And they let Central back into it, but have they only given Central a sniff? Can they put this to bed now, Kurri? There is a really good crowd here at Kurri Sports Ground. They will be desperately hoping that this side can continue the momentum they've created from 5 straight wins and live to see another week.
You're backing him in for this kick here.
15 metres in from the western touchline. I reckon Medyke will be fairly good value to slot this one. He's kicked fairly well today. Certainly not the hardest kick he's had this afternoon. He's taking his time looking over it and preparing himself. What about you?
Yeah, he's got this. I can tell.
Very confident.
Yep.
So he moves in. He's sliced. He's hooked it around to the left.
That's the old commentator's curse there for sure.
We have absolutely killed him there.
Obviously still a 14-point lead, as I said, back to 3 tries there for Central.
Yeah, sorry, Brent. We won't back you in again today, because he's hooked that around to the left, and keeps Central in with a sniff, but they do have to act fairly quickly with under 18 minutes left in this one. It's starting to get a bit dark here at Kurri Sports Ground. The floodlights will no doubt be come on pretty soon, and they get the ball back from the kickoff, but referee White has called that a knock on. I think they might be unlucky there, Kurri. I reckon Anderson was able to drag that backwards.
Yeah, he looked like he got a first touch backwards, obviously jumping through the air. It's very hard to tell. The players all surround in there, but so I said we've got a fair few referees out there, so go what they called, but they were always on for the short kickoff then, and Kurri really did not read it until the last minute. You can tell by the way Murray had the ball set up, but they said it is getting quite dark, so they might be struggling to see the ball.
Possibly, yeah. They did really well there, Central. Unlucky not to regain the ball, and Kurri will be delighted with the fact that they can have use of the football through Dunstan, 35 metres out from their own line on tackle one. And there's an injury in back play right next to the ruck, but they will allow play to go on, and Central will have to defend with 12 at the moment. Brock Gilmore is brought down just short of halfway as the injured player gets some treatment from the trainers, and play continues through the middle of the park. The injured player, Tom Madden, there just getting a spit of water, and will run not back through the play because he doesn't want to infringe and possibly be ruled offside. They keep the ball alive down the left-hand side of the field through McGrady, and McGrady's still going. He's not held by the Central players. Gets the flick pass back on the inside to Haynes, and Haynes is finally brought down 8 metres out. He wants a quick play the ball. They finally get it played. It goes out to Barker. Barker gets it away to Porter, and Porter is held, is he? Yeah, he can't keep the ball alive. It's tackle 5 metres out from the Central line. Can they get another try here, Kurri? Cullen at dummy half. Grubbers through, and see you. It's not see you. In fact, it's Mitch Williams, I think, the man. Well, it's Steve Gordon, the man to pounce on it, but it was touched by a Central player, and Gordon pounced on it in an offside position. Yeah,
obviously Kurri looking, Mitch Cullen looking to grab the ball straight through, and the Central player had to get a touch at it, I think. Doesn't get a touch on it there. They had 2 players screaming through, but Gordon made the play there. Obviously not wanting to risk it, and yeah, penalty obviously every day of the week.
Sorry?
Yeah, so another great attacking move here. Attacking
got one. Here's your mark. What are you doing?
Central
are you taking a tap?
6s and 7s with that lovely
You're going to take a shot?
Grubber through.
Going to 2.
And they're going to take the 2. That'll make it 16 points.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of obviously time-wasting tactics here. They've got control of the game, Kurri, and 16-point lead. And
they'll be aware of the short kickoff this time as well and get the ball back.
Yeah, they might look for a long one or a silent one here because they had their chance with the short kickoff, I think, Central. They really should have wrapped that one up.
This one in a much easier position for Brent Medike, but we will say absolutely no more about that and let him line up the penalty goal.
Yeah, I was watching the under 19s game earlier and I saw one from the front, right in front, hit the post. So we've all been there, we've all done it.
I think there was a bloke who played for the Gold Coast back in the day, Adrian Vowles. I seem to remember him missing one from 10 out right in front quite horribly.
Yeah, I remember Luke Burt making his debut in his debut season, 98, missed one from in front. And I said, he'll never kick again, and well, I was wrong.
He went on to, I think, become Parramatta's leading point scorer just about.
Yeah, I'm a Parramatta fan, so I will confirm that.
Brent Medike does have success from the penalty goal. And Kurri go out to a 16-point lead, 28 points to 12 with 15 and a half to go here at Kurri Sports Ground. Elimination Rugby League, minor semi-final. The loser, it is season over. The winner goes on to play tomorrow's loser between Souths and Lakes, and regardless of the result, it will be at Townsend Oval next weekend. So another short one, and they do get the ball back this time, Central. That was almost too easy for Cameron Anderson.
He's got a good spin on his kicks there, Brad Murray. That one looked like it went over the 10, then just come back. Obviously, all the ball has got to do is cross it, so I think Kurri stood off a little bit, not knowing if it went 10.
Yeah, Cameron Anderson did pick it up on the attacking side of the 40, but it certainly had a nice bit of curl in it, that's for sure. And for Central, all they're worried about is they're in a really good attacking position and they need to score the next try. Williams has the ball 13 metres out, 20 metres in from touch, and he plays the ball with CU at dummy half. He goes short side himself, plays the ball out to Ikonofo, and Ikonofo gets to within a metre of the line. In fact, he's almost held up, but he's pushed back into the field of play by the Kurri defender. CU spins it left to Murray. Murray will put a little cross-field kick across. Murphy tries to get his hand on it, but he'll knock the ball on, and Cullen will put it over the dead ball line. It doesn't matter because Murphy knocked the ball on, and they will get a 20-metre restart, Kurri.
Change over 10 metres then.
In fact, they won't because he knocked the ball on in the field of play, and it'll be a turnover.
Yeah, good little kick there. Brad Murray's kicking game is something different. It's obviously one of his best assets. Not going to doubt his ability to throw a ball at the line, but some of these kicks he's putting there. But Kurri did scramble back there. You had Richardson get back there as well and put the pressure on him.
Yeah, so relief there from Kurri, seeing off that wave of attack, and they'll bring the ball out from their own red zone through Jordan Mitchell. Plays the ball for Hill to go for a scoot from dummy half, and he makes some good yards from dummy half there, Hill, up to the 30-metre line. We play the ball, and it's a lost ball. They're blowing up that the markers weren't square. They're allowing play to continue here. It was definitely a loose carry and a drop ball, but they've picked the ball up here again, Kurri. And
I think the central player deliberately played the ball there and won in the tackle, but I haven't seen 6 again called, have you?
Yeah, he's just doing it there, Jake White. So
like I'm in his ear.
We have, and he's just put his finger up to his ear as well there. I don't know, there's not a secret microphone there, is there, Adam?
No, I can confirm not.
So Cullen plays the ball. They go to the right-hand side of the field. And this is good stuff from Kurri. They really look to put the foot on the throat of the central side here and possibly end their season. It's Jade Porter brought down 31 metres out from the line. They go to the left-hand side of the field through Wyborn. Keep it alive through Gilmore. And Gilmore is 20 metres out from the central line. Mackenzie at dummy half. And they get a penalty. Kurri, they haven't had one for a while in this half. Well, they scored the last penalty goal about 5 minutes ago, but before that they hadn't had one.
Yeah, they haven't had many rough penalties. I get what you mean. There's been a few offside penalties, things when Central have had the ball, but holding the ball down, I think they had an option here, and I think they'll take the 2 again and go back to that 3-try lead. And what come from that? They had that shape up against. Obviously,
we'll find out in a second.
There. Front row block, Gilmore, one of the full front rowers.
You're going to have a shot.
He had that shape that he could pass the ball at the back, and they just didn't expect him to. So he got that quick roll and that quick play of the ball. And I guess Central had no option but to give away the penalty. Yeah,
Central were on the back foot, that's for sure. And this would be a crucial penalty goal. It's right in front, 20 out. If they score this, as you say, Adam, they go out to an 18-point advantage. That would be 3 converted tries just to level it up in the last 11 and a half minutes.
Yeah, for sure. 18-point lead. We know what happens next. They get a chance for a field goal. Obviously, Port's knocked one over last week. 39-12 lead. No need for the field goal, but it's always good to practice. You never know when you'll need it.
And especially in a Coalfields derby against Maitland.
Yeah, he enjoyed that one. I say, as we know, he's been in more clubs than Slim Dusty, as we said before, but he obviously loves playing against his old teams, which is nearly every team.
Yeah, exactly. Certainly coming from Maitland, coming from Wests, of course, after a few seasons there, and still lives down in Newcastle with the hostel that he runs with his wife, doing a great job for Indigenous children from the country, as Jade Porter, as Medike adds the penalty goal, and it is an 18-point advantage to Kurri, 30 points to 12 with 11 minutes to go.
Yeah, obviously since we've kept quiet, his kicking game's been great, knocked the last 2 over in that important 18-point lead.
Yeah, hasn't missed the last 2, you'd have to say, from fairly gettable positions for a recognised goal kicker. So the kicking tee a little bit late out onto the park for Central, and the clock hasn't stopped, so they won't want too many time-wasting moments, and that's gone out on the full, so it's all starting to go pear-shaped for Central. Murray looking not quite, he was kind of indecisive as to whether it was going to be a short one or, as you say, the slider across the park.
Yeah, once you've tried that short one a couple of times, you're always going to look for the sideline, and he's obviously got the wrong connection right then, and I thought actually the Kurri player was going to play it at first, but I think about 100 people behind him told him to leave it.
Don't touch it, whatever you do. So Kurri with a penalty on halfway, and another good attacking position. Kurri, all they need to do now is play out their sets, give Central as little possession as they can, don't make mistakes, and put this one to bed. It'll be McGrady who takes the tap and plays it out for Alchin. He takes the ball up. They're 32 metres out from the Central line, more like 36 or 37 after being pushed back by some pretty good Central defending. Alchin will slow things down, and the pocket referee will have a listen to what he has to say to referee White.
Yeah, I don't know what he's saying to you. I think
so,
have a listen,
guys,
hopefully,
separate.
Yeah, you can see obviously when he got up
Central,
there, he's just
Central, 12, Central.
Happy about something.
Can you just take your players? Can you take your players over there for me?
It's not recordable.
Can you take your players over there for me?
How are you supposed to hop over?
Can you grab your players and move that way for me? Move backwards. I'll grab you when I need you. Okay. Sorry.
I'm talking to him.
Okay. Over there for me, Brad.
When he's making number 3 for Central, making his way to marker, has stomped on the face of the ball carrier.
Wow.
Stomped on the face of the ball carrier.
I'm not sure
Stomp on the face.
if you put it on report.
Yep.
But I do want it penalised.
Okay, beautiful.
Number 3 for Central is stomping.
So Steve Gordon.
Can you come here for me, please, Captain?
Stomping allegation.
Bring your number 3 with you.
Of Reed Alchin. the pocket referee is saying only a report at this stage.
We're just going to listen to Tom's report.
As Steve Gordon was making his way to marker, he has stomped on the ball carrier's face.
Okay, with that we're going to have a penalty, but we're also going to put it on report for the match review committee.
So he's just trying to come back. It's going to be an accident.
It's what we've seen, so that's why we're going to penalise it.
Wow. So after that report from the pocket referee, you would have to think that Steve Gordon is a very lucky man to remain on the park. I didn't see the stomp, but the pocket referee's report sounded quite damning. And if you've stomped on a player's face and you don't get sent off, I think you count yourself very lucky.
Yeah, obviously very uncharacteristic for Stevie Gordon. I said, a long player, been around with a lot of respect by a lot of people. So, as I said, getting in this situation no one wants to be in, but we'll see what comes from that.
Yeah, absolutely. He will be facing the match review committee this week, that's for sure, after that report, and Kurri have the chance to extend their advantage now. Porter is hit late by Murphy. They play continues, and they look to make it pay down on that right-hand side of the field through Medike. Porter's back on his feet, which is good, and it's a slow play the ball here. This has to be a penalty. It's not going to be. Now it is. And Brad Murray has been on the ground for quite some time with Medike. He gives Medike a little bit of afters as well, and you can see the frustration is really starting to boil over for Central.
Yeah, look like they're going to take the tap here, Kurri. I thought they might have gone for the 2 again. I think they were going for a field goal, but Jade rushed straight over and they've got something set up this left-hand side.
8.5 minutes to go, 18 points up, foot on the throat time here from Kurri. They will be looking to put this one to bed as Tom McKenzie is at dummy half, and he goes to the left-hand side of the field, cuts out Steele and finds Porter, and Porter puts the ball down. Unfortunately for Kurri, it is a knock on. Haynes picks it up to make sure that Central can't get away with it, but the whistle had already blown, and it will be a Central scrum 10 metres out from their own line.
I think he might have been watching a bit too much NRL, Haynes there. He might have been trying to put the ball down and go to the bunker or something, but obviously, pretty good defence there by Central, getting up and rushing up. They saw he had something set, and they did shut down the man, Porter.
It's nice to have a bit of country rugby league and not have to worry about the NRL bunker, that is for sure. It's been a happy afternoon for Kurri. They survived a fairly big scare in the first 15 minutes of this second half, but they regrouped, and obviously Barker's second half try has really opened up that advantage that Central will be having to climb an absolute mountain if they are to even get it to extra time with 7.5 minutes to go as they come out of their own 20.
Yeah, I think Central, obviously, any chance they score this set. The game's going to be a niggle in it as well, so probably obviously have to be the ones that are a bit smarter there. With unless a miracle, they are progressing the next week.
So Richardson, I beg your pardon, tries to get the ball away and does so. The referee says, without it going forward, I think he's got a call from his pocket referee, and he's going to go and have a chat, and he's going to blow a penalty for a high tackle. Well, it all happened there. It looked as though Central had lost the ball, and they got a penalty for a high tackle.
This is obviously Central's last round of the dice here. They really need to score this set. Obviously, the penalty helps them with 40 metres out with a fresh set.
Yeah, 40 metres to go. CSU will take the tap and go short side. He has to stay in field here, Ikanofo. He does, goes to ground, a metre in from touch, and Williams will be at dummy half, goes to CSU. Now he plays the ball out to Shane Gray, and Gray takes the ball up over the 20-metre line. He's 19 metres out from the Kurri line. They have to score this set. 6.5 minutes to go. CSU goes himself from dummy half, calls Murray. I think he wanted Murray to come underneath him there, but he didn't, and CSU goes to ground, 11 metres out from the Kurri line, plays the ball. Richardson at dummy half. They go left. Now it is Murray. Murray gets the ball away to Madden, and Madden is held up in the tackle by two Kurri defenders. They go left through CSU. In fact, he holds it, drops on the ground. That'll be 6 again for Central because Tom McKenzie got his hand there and dropped it down as CSU was looking to keep it alive.
Yeah, looking for a short ball running that gap there, and yeah, Tom McKenzie did get a hand to it, but that's not bad for Kurri as well. Choose a bit more time off the clock.
Yeah, the clock continue to wind down, under 6 minutes now, and to score 3 converted tries and send it to extra time in just under 6 minutes is a huge ask. But let's see what Central can do from this set. Murray wins the scrum. They go short side through Matt Baker. No, in fact, it's Tom Morton with the ball on that left-hand side of the field in jumper number 14, and it'll be Anderson at dummy half. Gets the ball away to Murphy. Murphy keeps the ball alive and goes himself, takes the ball to the line, and he's hit the deck fairly hard there in the headgear, but he gets up and plays the ball. CSU at dummy half to Murray. Murray spins it wide now to Gordon, and Gordon is brought down. Some good defence off their line quickly. Kurri to wrap Gordon up before any damage could be done. CSU goes himself from dummy half, gets it away to Madden, and Madden is 6 metres out from the Kurri line as they play the ball on that left-hand side of the field. CSU short ball away to Sean Medcalf, and he is just short of the line as he goes towards the post. They keep it alive. CSU back to Gordon. Gordon, can he get through? No, he can't. That's good. Line defending again from Kurri. Kurri on tackle 5 as they play the ball. CSU goes left, cuts out, finds Murray. Another cut-out ball out to the replacement player, Morton. Morton, can he find a way through? He can't. Puts a little grubber through, and they pick the ball up. Kurri breathe a sigh of relief, and once again they will look to complete this set and find touch and start closing this one out.
Yeah, I think that'd be all she wrote there for the game, obviously for Central. 3 tries in 4 minutes. I won't say it's impossible, but it's not very likely, so the Dogs will be coming home the victors here.
Starting to slow play the balls down as Kurri make their 7th and 8th interchanges of the afternoon, so these 13 players will see out the final 4 and a bit minutes, and these play the balls will become infinitely slower over the next couple of minutes.
Yeah, for sure. As I said, obviously Central get up trying to whack them as hard as they can here, so Kurri's forwards are going to take this ball up and to look after their halves and their outside backs.
Jordan Mitchell, the man brought down in centre field there, and plays the ball for Wyborn to bring it away from dummy half. One off the ruck stuff from Kurri, which you would expect absolutely nothing else at this stage of the game. And they go out to Haynes, who won't get a kick away. In fact, he'll keep the ball alive and find Barker, and Barker keeps the ball alive to McGrady. In fact, the other way around, McGrady to Barker. They've swapped wing and centre positions, and Central can bring the ball back through Richardson, and he will get a penalty for a late tackle.
Yeah, the Central number 4 there after Barker kicked it through, obviously come to a nice little shove over the sideline, took him out of play.
Yeah, Simon Williams with the late tackle there, and it was always coming, and that is frustration personified from Simon Williams. He knows the game's gone, and he just puts the shoulder in late with just over 3 minutes to go. Kurri will be happy to take as long as they need here.
When you're ready, just there.
We'll see if we go with a Jay Porter special for the field goal here to rub it in a bit.
Well, he's certainly in the centre of the park. I guarantee it won't be on tackle 0 though, so we'll see what he does late in the set. That looked like it might have been a little bit high as well from the Central defenders, but play is allowed to continue. Alchin plays the ball. Wyborn goes short side. He gets the ball back in for Barker, who has to juggle. He regains possession. He does well, and he still keeps the ball alive before going to ground 2 metres out from the Central line, and referee Wright will say there was a knock-on in there. So obviously bouncing it to himself, but going forward.
Yeah, I don't know if the knock-on was obviously taking a touch on the way through on the ground there, but I think he got a call there as well, and they both need greens, the referee and the touch judge. But shows the Kurri mentality there, as we spoke about before, they put the cue in the rack and they settle. They still want to score points. They still want to keep it on.
Must have been a central hand in there, because although you can't throw the ball forward to yourself, you can certainly bat it forward if you don't have control. So they will repack this scrum with just over 2 minutes to go as Central Newcastle Butcher Boys season slowly comes to an end, and Kurri, the team who snuck into the finals in 5th place, will live to see another day through to the preliminary final, where they will face the loser of tomorrow's clash between Lakes and Souths. Adam, thoughts on that?
Yeah, obviously the game's going to be at South, so I'm pretty sure no matter what. Lakes obviously finished there as the minor premiers. I'm thinking South are the team to beat there tomorrow. Obviously a pretty good win over Central last week, and you know, that roll on, sometimes having that week off isn't good for you, but no matter what team Kurri plays, it's obviously going to be a tough challenge down there at Townsend.
It's the age-old debate, isn't it, the week off, whether it's good or not, and Kurri will head to Merriweather next week in Townsend Oval to take on either Lakes or South. So I guess from Curry's point of view, they may hope that it's Lakes to just negate a little bit of home ground advantage.
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, Townsend, not an easy place to play.
The ball is still alive here. No, it's not. It's been knocked down. I thought McGrady may have had a try to wrap things up, but Central will get a scrum feed.
Yeah, down there obviously at Townsend next week, no matter where you play, it's not an easy place to play. Obviously got the cricket pitch in the middle of the field there and stuff, but I'm 99% sure that's where the game's going to be, because every club that does make the finals does get the right to host a home game.
Yeah, speaking to Football Operations Manager of Newcastle Rugby League today, Adam Devich, he did say that it'll be at Townsend next week regardless, and Fair enough as well. It's good that the Newcastle Rugby League does share around the home ground advantage to let clubs make the most of bar sales and canteen sales and take a share in the gate as well. So well done to the Newcastle Rugby League, as Cameron Anderson does really well to take that crossfield ball and keep it alive. He gets to within 30 metres of Kurri's line, but there is 28 seconds left in this one, and all Kurri have to do is close this out defensively. They get a penalty, take the quick tap central. Anderson goes himself. He's within 22 metres in 12 metres of Kurri's line, in fact. CU will be at dummy half. 12 seconds to go. It goes to Murray. He spins it wide. They're trying to get something here. Williams takes it himself to within 12 or 13 metres. The clock counts down. 4 seconds to go. He's called held referee white. They'll barely have time to play the ball. They do play the ball. CU won't even try to take it. Oh, he does try to take it. What's he going to do? He kicks the ball into touch. And that is Kurri's victory, 30 points to 12. And they are through to next week's preliminary final after all but for the first 15 minutes of that second half. A thoroughly impressive display.
Yeah, for sure. As I said, obviously impressive start in the first half, got off the perfect one. Second half, Central wrestled back, but you've got to give Kurri credit. They kept themselves in the game, obviously with the points lead there as well, but they got control of the game back, and that was all she wrote.
Congratulations to the Kurri Bulldogs. Their season remains alive. Commiserations to Central Newcastle Butcher Boys. Their season ends after Kurri wrapped up a 30 points to 12 victory. And for the Kennel under the scoreboard, they have an away trip to Townsend Oval next week to face the loser of tomorrow's clash between South Newcastle and Lakes United. That is at Carl Oval tomorrow afternoon. You can, of course, catch it live on Bar TV. It's been great to have your company this afternoon. From Kurri Oval, from Kurri Sports Ground, it's good afternoon.
anyone's handed any car keys, could they come to the press box? Anyone found any car keys? Could they hand it in at the press box?
It's going to take a long time to get that in, that's all.